Morning in 8 minutes. Nearly 2 weeks after flooding swept through Kentucky, many are still cleaning up. Governor Andy Beshear spent time at a FEMA intake center in Perry County yesterday. He says he saw survivors getting the help they needed to recover, adding, quote, "We will rebuild together."
Meanwhile, here in East Tennessee, just under a week left to get help from TEMA for Helene cleanup. Homeowners have until March 2nd to put storm-related debris along the curb or in areas next to your street. After that, TEMA says it's up to you to take care of it. This is for areas like Cott, Greene, and Hamlin counties.
And some good news this morning. Interstate 40 between East Tennessee and North Carolina will open in just a few more days. TDOT and North Carolina's Department of Transportation say they plan to reopen I-40 Saturday. Officials say it will stay at just one lane in each direction for the time being. And CDOT says full reconstruction could take several years to complete. Along a different part of the interstate, there may be plans to make your commute easier.
Yeah, TDOT says they could have a solution to relieve congestion on I-40, especially in West Knoxville. Data from TDOT shows the interstate from 4075 to the I-640 interchange is the busiest stretch of interstate in Tennessee. This part of I-40 ranks at the top for bottleneck concerns. These are areas where the interstate loses a lane as well. TDOT says this stretch of I-40 sees a lot of crashes. The worst areas are right at Pellissippi Parkway, the 640 interchange near Watt Road. TDOT has several potential solutions, including adding choice lanes to I-40 or creating a road next to the interstate for local traffic. Meanwhile, in our nation's capital, House Republicans passed a new budget, and it's now heading to committees to hash out the details.
The resolution passed with a slim margin, and it raises the debt ceiling by $4 trillion and cuts taxes by $4.5 trillion. That resolution also cuts spending by $2 trillion, which could impact Medicaid, nutritional assistance, and veterans benefits. If you're wondering how your congressman voted, Representatives Chuck Fleischman and Diana Harshbarger both voted in favor of the budget as expected. But among those who said they had planned to vote no and eventually voted yes was Congressman Tim Burchett.
In a statement, Congressman Burchett says the bill could right some wrongs. He also says he and President Trump spoke and the president, quote, asked us to give him a starting point. Representative Burchett says he thinks this bill does that. In a response, the Knox County Democratic Party calling for a town hall, saying the budget will hurt East Tennessee, claiming Burchett, quote, owes his community a town hall where he explains his vote.
A proposal to deny bail for people charged with violent crimes is advancing through the state capitol. Lawmakers
would have to amend the Tennessee Constitution to make this law. The bill now heads to the full Senate floor. If passed, it would hold people charged with crimes like second-degree murder, aggravated rape, torture, and terrorism in jail as their case plays out. If the bill passes on the Senate floor, it'll be up to voters to decide if it then becomes part of our state constitution. And some sad news on this Thursday morning. Two-time Oscar winner Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, have been found dead in their home in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
The county sheriff says the couple died along with their dog and that there was no immediate indication of foul play. Hackman won Academy Awards for 1971's The French Connection and the 1992 Western Unforgiven, and shined in films like Behind Enemy Lines and Hoosiers. The former Marine appeared in more than 80 films, as well as on television and stage during a lengthy career that started in the early 1960s. He was 95 years old. And it's a big weekend for that person you know who loves to get out on the water.
The Downtown Knoxville Boat Show is back starting today. Organizers say this year's show is bigger than ever, making it one of the largest in the Southeast. Organizers say, other than dealers and vendors, how about Twiggy the water skiing squirrel? Step on up, see him today at the Knoxville Convention Center. The boat show runs through Sunday every day.
Well, also happening this weekend, it's Mardi Gras, which is a pet parade and party. Starts in the Old City and then travels to World's Fair Park on Saturday. After the parade, there's going to be a pet festival with almost 100 vendors, food trucks, live music, and games. Young Williams Animal Center says the event helps more than 11,000 pets in need. It all starts at 11 o'clock Saturday morning.
And happening tomorrow, Blake Shelton in Knoxville alongside a Knoxville native. Blake Shelton's Friends and Heroes tours at the Food City Center. Says we can expect appearances from Craig Morgan, Dina Carter, Trace Atkins, and Miss Emily Ann Roberts right here from Knoxville. Tickets still available. We've got a link to get them right now inside your WVLT News app. Just tap the As Seen On section.
Meanwhile, the pedestrian zone is reopening in downtown Knoxville tomorrow. Market Street will be closed to drivers between Union and Clinch Avenues, along with a closure on Union between Walnut and Gay Streets. And the city installed new retractable bollards late last year, which makes it easier for crews to close and reopen roads to cars and keep everyone safe downtown. The streets will be pedestrian only starting at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening through Sunday night at 6. Those closures will be happening every weekend for the rest of the year. With that, we do want to get a check about how traffic is flowing on this Thursday morning with Olivia.
Yeah, Whitney, taking a couple live looks at some of those morning commute hotspots. Good news, everything's still looking pretty good. Here's a live look. I-40 at Waco Springs, east and westbound lanes moving right along. Another look, I-75 at Merchant Drive. This is really the first place we start to see those major slowdowns. You can see people starting to hit the brakes in the southbound lanes, but it does look like traffic's still moving. Here's a look at the Knoxville area traffic. A lot of green, a lot of movement. Good news if you were headed out the door right now. I'll let you know if I see any major issues. Right now, looking good.
I'd say it helps too that this rain is pretty pitiful, puny again, whatever adjective you want to throw at it. We do have some sprinkles that have popped up in the valley. This is actually the last wave of rain. Again, some moderate to isolated heavier rain, but these pockets are lifting northeast. So this southern tail is what just clips the southern plateau and southern valley. So I'm going to keep live tracking that for you coming up on the CW at 7. Right now, I'm also tracking what'll be temperatures headed down. I watched them warm for you, middle of the night. 61 Knoxville headed down, 57 Oak Ridge, 54 Oneida. Again, those mid to upper 50s sliding in. Not bad by any means for this time of year. That's closer to the normal high. So this front impact really is kind of skimming our area with scattered rain, clouds, winds shifting. Right now, a lot of you staring at those clouds. Winds out of the southwest around 15 miles per hour and warm. Slide down into the 50s mid to late morning. Slide the clouds out for your afternoon. Enjoy some sunshine and back to low 60s. We'll still be in the mid 50s at 8 o'clock. That stray shower. Actually, you see my camera trying to adjust right now to that sun coming up. But remember, we've got to adjust to more changes ahead. Again, temperatures are going to take a hit this weekend. You might feel some aches and pains from a pressure drop, especially middle of next week. We've got more on that First Alert 8-day planner as well coming up on the CW.
All right, Heather, thank you very much. That'll do it for us right now. Headed over to the CW Knoxville on this Thursday. Have a good one.